Hello there, welcome back to the video. So today in this video, we are going to see how we can create this Adidas sales dashboard from scratch. So this is the dashboard which we are going to build in this entire video in this Power BI tutorial. So here in this dashboard is basically represent a simple sales analysis of Adidas. Here you can see that I have displayed in cards the total sales, the number of units sold and the operating margin percentage, and below that there is the total sales by region. So whatever the sales had been done for the respective region has been showed here, and here I have showed the top 5 performing cities. You can see these are the top 5 performing cities and their total sales and the unit sold values. And here I am describing about the total units sold. In the donut chart I am representing the total units sold by online outlet and in store. Similarly, I am also representing it by yearly and quarterly basis. Below that, I am showing the total sales by retail, and here is the monthly trend of the sales. So this is the overview page, and at the left hand side, I've given all the slicers. So you can see if I'm clicking on any slicer, the values are changing accordingly. For region also, if I'm selecting only the south region, the values are changing accordingly. Similarly, for state, if I'm looking for Alaska, I can see the value only for Alaska. Similarly, there are these many filters which I have applied over here. Coming to the sales analysis page, we can see the analysis of the sales, and here what I've done is I've displayed the total sales by product and the sales method. So we can see that the men's street footwear had done the highest sales, followed by the women's apparels and other things. Here also, I've displayed all the sales data in a matrix format where I'm showing it on the basis of region, state, and city. So I'm showing this table at the 3 levels: region, state, and city. Now, other here I have displayed the sales in the form of a map chart, and here you can see the bubbles. These bubbles basically represent the sales amount, and again we have the slicers over here. So we will be building this dashboard completely from scratch in this video. So let's jump over to the data set which we will be using in order to make this dashboard. So this is the data set which we will be using in the video. So let us first understand what basically is represented in this data set. So the data set basically consists of the retailer. Let me just apply filter over here. Filter, and in retailer we can see that we are having different retailers for Adidas, Amazon, Foot Locker, Kohl's, Sports Direct, Walmart, and Best Gear. So these are the different retailers. This would be the retailer ID. Then we have the invoice date, the region. In region, we are having the Mid East, Northeast, South, Southwest, and West. Followed by the region, we are having the states, which are the states where the sales were made. And after that, we are having the data of the city. Next, we are having the product. So what were the product? So this product basically means the product category. So here we are having the men's apparel wear, then the men's athletic footwear, men's street footwear, women's apparel, women's athletic footwear, and women's street footwear. Followed by that, we are having the price per unit. So what was the price per unit for this product? And the units sold, where these many units were sold, 1,200 units were sold, and price for 1 unit was $50. So the total sales becomes this much. And we are having the operating profit. So this is the operating profit, and our operating margin would be 50%. So the sales were made of 6 lakh dollars and the operating profit was of 3 lakhs. So the operating margin becomes 50%. Next, we are having the sales method. So what were the sales method? And here we are having in store, out, online or outlet. So the sales were done in some store of Adidas or other stores, or were it done online like on Amazon and other online retailers, and whether it was done on some outlet. So this is the basic data set, and there are not much fields over here as you can see. So after understanding the entire thing about the data set, let's open a blank Power BI page and import this data set into that page. So this is the blank Power BI page, and let us import the data set first. I will click on the Excel book because it is an Excel book. So this is our data set. I will click on open. Now it is connecting the data set now. It is establishing connection with the file, the Excel file. Let's select the sheet. So this is the only sheet which is having the data sales Adidas, and I will click on load. Let's see what happens now. It will load the entire data set here. Now the data set has been loaded. Let's now move on to the data view in order to see the data set. So here we can see a problem, because as you can see over here, the headers are named as column 1, column 2. So we'll have to rectify this, and we can rectify this by going to the transform data. So let's click on home and go to transform data. In transform data, what we will do is we will first use the feature of use first row as header. So here we can see that this first row is the header, but it is not considering it as header. So here there is an option in home, use first row as header. I will click on that. Now it is considering first row as header. Now after we have come here, we also need to check about the data types. You can see here for invoice date, it is only considering text as the data type. Similarly, for other numbers also, there is no proper data type. So let us first rectify those errors. So for retailer ID, I will name it as a whole number. I will give it a data type of whole number. For invoice date, it would be a date data type. Again, here for price per unit, I will give it decimal number. For units sold, I will give it a whole number. For total sales, I will again make it as decimal number. For operating profit also, I will make it as decimal number. And here for operating margin also, it will be decimal number. So the data types are also fixed, and the first row now is considering as a header now. So let us close this and apply the changes what we have made by clicking on close and apply. As we have done that, all the changes which we are doing in the transform data will get loaded and will get applied over here. Now the entire changes have been made and our data has been loaded. So let's move on to the screen now. And in order to make this report, I have created a theme, and I will be sharing a link for that theme in the description. So what you have to do is you have to go to insert and you have to import that theme. You have to go to view, sorry, and you have to click on this themes. And here you have the browse option to browse the themes. So I will click on here, browse for themes. And here we have the option Adidas Sales Dashboard.json file. So the themes are only stored in the form of JSON file. I will open it, and it will save that theme for our report. So you can see that file successfully added. Our custom report theme is ready to use. Okay. Now, first of all, what I need to do is I need to increase the width of the page. So I will go to custom. I will click on canvas settings. I will do it custom and I will select 1450. So this is the width which I will be using in the report. Now let's get started with making the visuals. So first of all, the visual which I will be making would be the cards. So let us select this card, the new card visual. And what I will do is I will add all the parameters over here. So the parameters which we want to add here is the total sales, unit sold, and the operating margin or the margin percentage. So in order to do that, I will create a measure for all these three metrics. For that, what I will do, in order to store the measures in another table, I will create a new table first of all. I will go to this enter data and I will name this table as measures underscore. I will click on load. You can see now a table has been created over here and all the measures which I will be making for this entire dashboard, I will make in this table only in order to organize all the measures separately. So here I will click on the three dots and I will click on new measure. So our measure name would be total sales. I will name it as total sales. I will add sales amount, total sales. So this measure has been created over here as you can see. Now what I will do is I will remove this column one. I will delete it. Delete from model. Yes. And you can see now our table is only meant for the measures. Now we also have to create unit sold, new measure, unit sold is equal to sum of unit sold. This measure has also been created. Now we also have to create operating margin. Operating margin is equal to operating. So in order to get the operating margin, I won't sum it, I will just average it out. Average of operating margin. So all the three measures are ready now and I will just drag and drop it in the data. Similarly, total sales and unit sold. So all this three has been added over here. Now let's do a little bit of formatting for this. I will change the background to some white color and for visual borders I will increase the rounded corners 12 and I will also add a shadow over here. Let us also increase the size. I think 18 would be sufficient. And for label also I will increase by 1 and I will go to card section. I will add shadow over here. So you can see these are in rectangular form only, but I have to make it rounded rectangular. So for that, under card section, we are having option over here in shapes. We have option for rounded rectangle as well. So I will just give it 12. So it also has been added over here. Let's change the sequence of the metrics. So first I want the total sales, then I want into unit sold, then I want the operating margin. and the operating margin would be in the form of a percentage. So I will select in data type, I will give the format of a percentage over here. So it is now displaying as a percentage. And also for units sold, I want it in a form of number. So I will go to call out values. I will only select units sold, and then I will display in display units. I will select none. So it is displaying the entire number. Now after this, what I will do is I have to add another section over here where I will represent the data of the total units sold. So let's start with that. I will add a donut chart. I will drag it over here and I will add the measure of total units sold in values, and I will add the sales method in legend. Let's do some formatting. So in effects, I will off all things because I will add another shape as a background over here. So that's the reason for that. And I will give it a title as total units sold. I also don't want this header for title for the legend. So in legend, I will switch off the title. Okay, perfect. In data labels also, I only want the data value. I don't want the percentage. Now I will add another thing. I will add sales data in form of a stacked column chart. I will get the sales data, total sales, and I will represent the total sales by invoice date and only by year and quarter. So you can see we're only getting year and quarter. I will off all the things over here. I also don't want the title, and I will go in effects and I will off all these things. And in legend, what I will do is I will add the sales method. So here is the sales method. So I've added the sales method as well over here. And I don't want the legend, so I will switch off the legend. I also don't want the title as well as the value. In x-axis also, I don't want the title and value. Okay, on x-axis I want the value, but on y-axis I don't want both things. So this is how it is looking now. So we are using these two visuals as a combined visual. Now let us add a shape. So this is the shape I will be adding. I will give it a border of rounded corner of 12. And in style, I will go and change the fill to white. And I will switch off the border. I will go to effects and I will switch off the background, which again would be white. Switch off the borders. Well, so I will be using this over here. I also have to add the shadow. Sorry. So the shadows is also added for this visual. I will use it upon this. Let's move it backward. Or both the visuals are ready over here. Now let's move on to making the new other visual for total sales by retailer. For that, again, what I will do is I will add a stacked column chart over here, and here I will just add the retailers in x-axis. Where are the retailers? Retailer. We'll move to x-axis and total sales to y-axis. Again, here what I will do is I will add a region in the legends. So I also want bifurcation based on the region. Just drag it and drop it over here. And here I will go to the x-axis, and in values I don't want any values. Okay, I want the values on x-axis, but on y-axis I don't want the values as well as the title. And here I will go to the title and I will name it as total sales by retailers. So for the legend, I will move it to the right side. I will go to this legend setting and I will move it to top right. And also I don't know the title of that. So this is the another visual. Let us do other formatting, the general formatting. In effects, I will turn the background to white and the visual border will have rounded corners of 12. I will also give it a shadow effect. Okay, it is looking great now. Below that, I will add a monthly trend chart, which would be a line chart. So let's add this line chart. And here also, I will only show the month. So for the date data type, you can see you are having this drop down for date hierarchy. And if you open this, you will get all the date hierarchies from from the level, from above level to the bottom level, from year, quarter, month, and day. What I will do is I will only drag the month on y-axis, and on x-axis I will just drag total sales. So here our line chart is ready. I will do some other formatting. For markers, I will switch on the markers and make the size to 4 pixels. Let us convert it to this area chart. This one is looking much better. I will copy the formatting from this above chart to the bottom chart. Okay, so the formatting has been copied successfully. So this visual is also ready now. Now we have to add other visuals for total sales by region. So that we will add in this section. And here also we are going to add two visuals, and we are having a same shape as a background like we are having over here. So what I will do is I will just copy paste this and I will move this over here, and here I will add those visuals. I will copy paste this visual and here I will add, in place of retailer, I will add the region. Where is the region? Okay, it is here. Just click on the region, it will automatically get selected. And this green color is not looking much better. So what I will do is I will add the region in legend as well. So I will drag and drop it in legend. So it is changing the colors. Here we don't want the legends, but so I will switch up the legends. We are only having the title. The title would be total sales by region, not retailers. So I will have to change the title to region. Now below that, what I want to do is I want to show only the top 5 cities in a matrix format, which has performed well in terms of the total sales. So for that, I will add a table. Let's add a matrix. So in this matrix, what I will do is in the rows, I will add the city, and in values, I will add total sales, total units sold. And in filter pane, I will go to the city and I will only I will, in filter type I will select top n. So here basically we are having three filters: advanced filtering, basic filtering, and top n filtering. So we'll go with top n, and we only want top five of best performing cities. So I will click top five. On what basis we want to select the top five? It would be sales amount, the total sales. So I will drag and drop it over here and apply the filter. So now you can see we are only getting the five cities over here. I will close this filtering pane, and here let's now do some formatting. Let's also add state and region over here. I will add the state and the region. So it has been added. Let's do some formatting. It is, as you can see now, this matrix is not looking good. So I will go to layout and style presence, and in layout I will change it to tabular. And here again we are getting this minus and plus sign, so I also don't want that. I will go to search. I will click on the plus, search for this plus icon, and I will off it. Now we are getting this. Let's do some other formatting as well. So for headers I want it in blue background and white text color. For column headers I will go here and I will have background color as this blue and text as white. I also increase the text size. Now let's me go to the grid. I will on the horizontal one, and in borders I will select the color for the borders and I will just let it be light gray color. Let's go on to the values and change these alternate colors, background colors. I will select here white color only, and here also I will select only white color. For column headers also, for row headers again we will select background as white. Okay, so it has been done now. Now you can also see this total coming everywhere at every level, city level, state level, as well as region level. But I only want it at region level. So for that we will go to this row subtotals, and I will have to on this per row level. And for city level I don't want the total, so I will off it. For state level again I don't want the total, I will off it. For region level I want the total because region level it is showing at the bottom, so I will let it be. Now let's go do some padding settings. So we'll go to the grid and go to the options and increase the padding to, let's say, 7. Let's move it a bit up. I will just drag this names. Okay, so let's go to the effects and off all the effects. Here also I will off all the effects. Let's do some alignment settings. Let me move it over this side and this also a bit over here. This also I will to move accordingly. Okay, so this visual is also ready now. So all the visuals which we want for this page are ready. Now we only have to add the filter, the headings, and all the things. So let us add a filter over here. Again, what I will do is I will copy this shape. I will use it as a background for the filter pane as well. Now let us align it properly, and I will have add all the filters over here. So let me go to this filter, and here I will add product. Let's do some formatting again. So I want the style as drop down. Okay, and here again I want the background. I don't want any background, I will just off it. And the title, the slicer header, I want it to be, let's say 10. So 10 is looking good. Here I will add retailer. Here I will add sales method. Here I will add the region. After region I will add the state. After state I will add the city. And at last I will add a filter for the month, selection of the month. So for that we will have to create a calculated column which will be based on the invoice date. So let's create that. I will click on this new column and I will name the column as month year. MONTHYEAR. I will format the date, invoice date in form of MMM, YY. I will click on OK. Now here I will add this new calculated column, month year. So here you can see the value as April 20, April 21, like that. Now let me align all these filters properly. Let me first select all of them. And then go to the format pane, and here we have the align option, and in align we have the option to distribute it vertically. I will click over here, and again I will click on distribute align left. So everything has been aligned to the left properly, so it is looking much decent now. Let us also add a logo, which I will also provide in the description. So we'll go to the insert and we'll add the image. So we have the image over here. I will open it and I will adjust the size of the image and paste it over here. I want to give the title for the page. So again, I will go to insert, I will go to the shapes, and here we have the shape of a pill. So I will adjust it accordingly. And the color, I want it to be transparent. So I will give it to 2272. And I don't want the borders. You can see the border on for this. Okay, it is looking good now. I will add a text box in this. I will name it as Adidas Sales Dashboard. Let me move it to the top, and in effect I will off everything for this for the title. I only want it to center align, and I will keep the size to 24. I will make it bold. Okay, it looks quite decent now. Let's move to the top. Okay, I think I need a little bit of alignment for this. So let me do it quickly. Let me zoom it and adjust it properly. Okay. Here I can see a quarter. So I will go to the x-axis and I will disable the title. So here everything is looking perfect now. I also have to give title for this page, for the table, which would be top 5 performing city, top 5 performing city. Little bit of up. I also want to add a line over here in order to bifurcate between these two visuals. I'll go to insert, and in shapes I also have the option of a line. So we'll add it over here. We'll go to style, and in border I will change the color light gray. So this is looking good now. Let's move it a little bit of up, and we can also increase the padding here in grid by 1. So let's make it 8. Okay, it is looking quite decent now. So in this table I also want to make some formatting for the total sales. I will add a conditional formatting over here in the form of data bars. So it will show us data bars. So for positive values, it will show some light green color. We'll click on OK. You can see here the bars. So we will sort it on the basis of the bars. So it has been sorted on the basis of the bars. So this is our main overview page, which is now completely ready. Now let's move on to the next page. So for that, what I will do is I will just copy paste or duplicate this page. I will click here, I will click on duplicate, and here we have a next page which we call as sales analysis. For page 1 I will call it as overview. We will change the heading as sales analysis. Now here I only want one visual, so I will delete all the other visuals which are over here. Let's delete this also. Let's delete the cards. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Actually, I wanted the table, so I will keep the table and I will delete the other things. This also I will delete this. Let's delete this. So this will be our a chart over here, which was about total sales by product, and here we will be having our table, and here we will be having a map chart. So let's adjust everything according to that. I will just copy the formatting of this visual and I will paste it over here. Format painter copied and it is applied over here. Now I will remove the filter of the top 5 from here. Now we can see all the city sales, and I will also add another matrix of operating margin. I will name it as margin percentage. Okay, now this has been added. Let's add total sales by product. So I'm already having sales value in y-axis. I will replace this retailer by product now. And for legend, I would like to have the sales method. Okay, this is looking good now. And for the map chart, what I will do is I will convert this below visual to a map, and I will add city in location, and for the bubble size I'm already having the total sales. Okay, now this is looking perfect. I will change the title to total sales by city. Total sales by city. So I've changed the title, total sales by city. Perfect. Now it is looking quite decent. We are having all the filters on the left side. We are having total sales by product and sales method. Let's change the title of this, total sales by product and sales method. Here we are having all the sales data in the form of at the region, state and city level, and we are showing the total sales, unit sold and margin percentage. So I think the dashboard is completely ready now. If you want, you can also explore more and add some more visuals and do some more analysis, as we are having the sales value, the units sold, the operating margin, the operating profit as well. We also have the price per unit. So you can play around those things, and then you can do some more analysis by using the entire data set. So for this dashboard, what we have done is we have just created this overview page wherein we are showing this upper level metrics, the total sales, unit sold and operating margin in the cards. We are showing the unit sold data in by the sales method and also by quarterly and yearly. Here we are showing the sales by region, and at the bottom we are showing the top 5 performing city and the total sales by retailers and the monthly trend. So this is the monthly trend. Let's rename it to total sales monthly trend. So here we are having the monthly trend. Here we are displaying all of the slicers. We are having a header of our page, and on the second sales analysis page we are showing the total product by sales method, and we are showing the entire data of the sales at the city, state and region level. We are also showing this map visual, which we can also zoom. So here we are showing it in the form of bubble. So from here also we can understand what is happening with our sales, in which region we are getting major sales and in which region we are having very less sales. So this is the simple method of creating this simple dashboard from scratch, and we have just used an Excel sheet as a data source in order to create this dashboard. So there was nothing very much advanced about this video. We have just made we have just utilized a simple Excel file where we were having the Adidas sales data, and we have utilized in order to make this dynamic dashboard. So here, as you will go to the filter, we can also filter out the things which we want. So you can see it is working properly in region also. If I will only click on south, or I will only click on west, I will get the sales or and the other data of respective region as only. And in month or year also, we are having only the month here. And I will click on October 20 or November 21, November 20. Then again we can get the sales of particular that month only. So I hope you have understood how to create this entire and this beautiful dashboard from scratch. If you really enjoyed learning this entire process of building this wonderful dashboard from scratch, do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching the video.